Hi there, I'm Graham Glass. I'm the founder of EDU 2.0, and I'm very honored to give this short video presentation about online learning and EDU 2.0 for Jeanette's conference on e-learning. A little bit of background. One of the things I want to do is to make it super easy for any school to get online and to create a complete school with curriculum, students, parents, lessons, assignments, gradebook, and a whole lot more. I'm not interested in just building a clone of Moodle, for example. I really want to push the boundary of where e-learning is going. And anyone who's used my site recently has been knowing that almost every day there are cool new features, and it's just getting better. It's completely free as well. There's no software to download or install. You just go to a browser, a couple of clicks, you have a complete online school. And we do have a premium plan for power users, but most schools, when they get going, find that we have plenty to create a complete online school. And as far as benefits versus things like Moodle go, the code is free, but you have to have a computer and install it and do backups and updates, and it's not easy. So you end up probably spending several $1,000s a year just to run a single Moodle server. And if your school gets big, you have to build a cluster, and then you're talking about significant technology and investment. So to the best of my knowledge, there's actually nothing that even comes close in terms of what is actually free and available out there. Now, as far as adoption goes, I printed out a map. Here is a map of Puerto Rico. There you guys are. And there's about 100 schools so far. I don't know, probably several thousand students minimum is my guess. But 100 schools currently using the system, and it's growing like crazy. I mean, every day I log on and I look at the map of the US and Colombia and the Philippines and Brazil and Spain, and all over the world, schools are just popping up all over the place. And I mentioned that there's a lot of features that I'm very interested in doing, and one of which I think is particularly relevant for your country, which is the ability to share teachers and resources in a geographic area. So Jeanette probably knows we've now got the concept of a country page. So not only does your school get its own free portal, where it can have its school news, and that's where students and teachers log on, but then you can connect those schools together with a click into a district. So now teachers in one district, teachers can teach classes, or students can enroll in classes across a district. And now we've been adding the capability to actually start sharing resources across an entire country. So one of the things that we're going to do soon, and I would love if maybe some people can volunteer to help me, is to find one or two moderators for every country who kind of run the forums in their own native language. They get schools signed up, they connect into districts, they create a library to share materials for, in your case, across all of Puerto Rico. And once again, all those features are completely free. And I think that a lot of the power of e-learning, it's not when you think about what's it like for a single class, it's when you think about a network of teachers and students operating across an entire country. And for those of you who don't know, EDU 2.0 runs in the cloud. It doesn't run on any one server in any one country. So anyone connected in the world can basically collaborate using my system. So I really do think that a lot of the future of e-learning is not, you can't just think about individual classes, you have to think big, you have to think a network of schools and districts across an entire nation. That's when things really get interesting. One last feature that I'm going to mention, because I don't want to ramble on too long. One of the features we added recently is the concept of curricula and proficiency tracking. And I used to be a professor, so when I was thinking of a class, I wouldn't start by writing the actual lessons. I would say, here are the proficiencies I'm going to cover, and I created a curriculum. And the curriculum doesn't say how I should cover it, it just says what should be covered. And then I would use my curriculum as a guide for designing lessons. So when I create a lesson, I can say, yeah, that lesson checks off that proficiency on the curriculum, and this assignment tests that proficiency. And you get this kind of analysis, coverage analysis, where I can make sure that all the lessons together cover all the points in the curricula, and all the assignments test everything in the curricula. And one of the features we added to EDU 2.0 recently, it's totally free again, is anyone can create a curricula. When you create your lessons, you can just check a little checkbox about all the proficiencies you're tracking. And then when a student logs on, they can actually see graphical tracking of how they're doing across all the curriculum in their classes. And as a teacher, you can track all the students on a proficiency basis. So it's got some very sophisticated features. These aren't necessarily to do with e-learning, but having a computer-based system is so much easier than doing it by hand. And of course, if you have a national curricula, then some teachers can create these curricula, share them in the Puerto Rico library, and then teachers all over Puerto Rico can use those curriculum when they're designing their lesson plans. So anyway, I hope this has given you a better idea of what me and my company are up to. If you want to check it out, it's edu20.org, and that 20 stands for Next Generation Education. And once again, I encourage you to put your schools online, and then you will appear on the map of Puerto Rico. Anyway, it's been a pleasure and an honor chatting with you guys. I hope the rest of your conference goes great. Thanks a lot, and bye.